Nyaju odibo nwanyị nke ose browa. Ekene Maria Egypt na Gracia ose browa nọnyeli ịdị ngọzi n'etiti igboro niile ọ jazi ngọzi bụ nwafọ gị Jesu.
Maria dị asọ nne nke Chukwu rịọbara ngọzi ndị arịrịọ kịta na nwanne nwanyị. Amen.
Okwu emela arụ.
O wee binyere anyị.
Ekene Maria Egypt na Gracia ose browa nọnyeli ịdị ngọzi n'etiti igboro niile ọ jazi ngọzi bụ nwafọ gị Jesu.
Maria dị asọ nne nke Chukwu rịọbara ịbụ ndị nje arịrịọ kịta na nwanne nwanyị. Amen.
Rịọbara anyị arịrịọ ọnne nke Chukwu dị asọ.
Ka o nweta obi n'aka nkwa nke Kristi.
Arịrịọ
Anyị na-arịọ gị o Chukwu ka inye Kraịst anyị n'ime obi anyị ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma wee mara iwere arụ Kristi nwa gị site n'afọ ya na obi ya wee bata n'otuto na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya site na Kristi dị mere anyị. Amen.
Otuto dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe. Amen.
Otuto dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe.
So,
Amen.
guys,
Otuto
like,
dịrị
subscribe,
Nna
and share,
na Nwa
right? Thank
na
you.
Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebe ebe. Amen.
Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga.
So n'ekpere nke Chukwu ka ha zuru ike na ndokwa.
Ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
Onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụlọ
Nọnyekwara mmụọ gị.
ka Chineke dị ike niile gọzie ụlọ Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Ekpere a bịara gị site na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi, ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwotu Mmadụka Close, Mmuru Nnobi, 081 49 8254.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angel 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GFM.
Good evening and welcome to Abona, the 103.5 FM news update. Today, Monday, the 15th day of May 2023, and the time is 4 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifanshuku Ekeze is my name. The headlines. peterobi, Anambra Labour Party chooses between Abure and Apapa. Ebonyi Communal Crisis State-Sponsored IPOB. Igbo Guba. INEC confirms Anyanwu as PDP candidate. Nigerian government to establish police special education complex in Ebonyi. Nigerian chef Hilda Bassi breaks Guinness World Record for longest cooking time. Lunkito, one of the world's oldest wild lions, killed in Kenya. Now, details. peterobi, Anambra Labour Party chooses between Abure and Apapa. The Anambra State chapter of the Labour Party has dissociated itself from the faction of the party at the national level led by Lamidi Apapa, accusing him of attempting to cause disaffection within the party. The Anambra Labour Party members led by the state chairman Chief Ugochukwu also threw their weight behind the National Executive Council (NEC) of the party led by Barrister Julius Abure. Speaking during a press conference shortly after the end of their meeting in Awka, Anambra State on Saturday, flanked by some other executives in the state, further pledged loyalty to the Labour Party presidential candidate Peterobi and his running mate, Senator Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. They expressed optimism that the mandate would be reclaimed through the Election Petition Tribunal, a resolution of The Anambra A schools read in part at the conclusion of the meeting of the Anambra State Executive Council of the Labour Party, the local government chairman, secretaries, the National State Assemblies elect on the platform of the party resolved that a vote of confidence is hereby passed on the national leadership of the Labour Party led by the national chairman of our great party, Julius Abure, the national secretary, Alhaji Umar Farouk Ibrahim, the national organizing secretary chief, Clement Ojukwu, and the treasurer. We also resolved that Lamidi Apapa and his group's attempt to factionalize the leadership of the Labour Party was an attempt in futility and an unwarranted meddlesomeness that should not be allowed at all. Ebonyi Communal Crisis, state-sponsored IPOB. The indigenous people of Biafra has described the communal crisis in Efum and Ezza communities in Ebonyi State as state-sponsored and a move by the state's governor, Dave Umahi, to hand over large expanses of land to the Meyit Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria. The pro-Biafra group, in a statement issued by its spokesman, Ima Powerful, vowed that IPOB will never succumb to any pressure to allow nomadic cattle herders take over any part of the state or region. The statement reads in part, the global family of IPOB condemned the politically motivated communal crisis in Ebonyi State as a deceptive move to hand over large parcels of land to Meyit Allah by the outgoing governor of Ebonyi State. Umar should know that his tenure is almost over and we appreciate his achievements in terms of infrastructure development, but we also remember his treatment of Ebonyi indigents. That does not give him the impetus to set Ebonyi State on fire before he vacates office. IPOB stands as a watchdog in our territory, and we will never succumb to any pressure to allow outsiders to take over any part of our ancestral lands. One of the reasons this crisis was reignited again between Efum and Ezza people in Ebonyi State is the huge land mass in that area, or Hauku local government area. The group claimed that as the communal crisis was ongoing, Umahi was also allegedly mapping out land for a Fulani settlement. One thing is certain, Mayit Allah, which is the patron group for the herdsmen, cannot be allowed to have any settlement anywhere in this area. It is better that Umahi knows this and allow peace to reign in Ebonyi State. Powerful stated. Imoguba, INEC confirms Anyanwu as PDP candidate. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has published the names of gubernatorial candidates ahead of the polls in Imo and others. The electoral umpire will conduct off-cycle elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states on November 11, 2023. INEC confirmed Samuel Anyanwu as the People's Democratic Party PDP governorship candidate and Jones Onyeri as his deputy. A statement at the weekend by the campaign director on new media, Dumebi Ifeanyi said the PDP is confident of victory. Ifeanyi noted that Anyanwu, a former senator and incumbent PDP national secretary, is well prepared for the task ahead, while other Guba candidates are yet to pick their running mates. Senator Anyanwu earlier, for the details of his running mate, he said, the PDP announced a manifesto, strategic communication committee to articulate a people-oriented programs. The statement urged INEC, security agencies, and other stakeholders to ensure a level playing field for a free and fair exercise. Anyang, a two-term Imo House of Assembly member, has vowed to unseat Governor Hope Uzodinma of the All Progressive Congress (APC). However, INEC published the names and particulars of Labour Party candidates produced by the Julius Abure-led faction. Nigerian government to establish police special education complex in Ebonyi. The Ebonyi government on Friday said the federal government was set to establish a police special education complex in the state. Dr. Sunday Wangele, State Commissioner for Education, disclosed this at a news conference in his office, Oshudo City, Abakaliki. Mr. Wangele said the complex would accommodate special police primary and secondary schools. He noted that the Inspector General of Police had agreed with the state government for the complex to be sited at Uburu in Ohozara local government area. This is a model police primary and secondary school, and this was made possible with the help of Governor David Umahi. He attracted the school to the state, and he aims at advancement of the state educational system on uniform education calendar for already existing public and private schools. The commissioner said that schools in the state operated in a uniform calendar. You know, this is an election year, and we have tried to stabilize the education calendar in Ebonyi. We have enjoyed stable education system. Elections have come and gone, so right now we are back on our feet, Mr. Wangari added. The commissioner further hailed Umahi on his developmental stride in the state education system, especially on his intervention over Ebonyi schools that were recognized by the West Africa Examination Council. According to him, 345 schools were derecognized for 2 years over academic irregularities, and out of the number, 196 were private schools. Those schools are now recognized by WAEC after the governor's intervention. We commend him and his commitment towards promoting quality education for school children, he added. Nigerian chef Hilda Bassi breaks Guinness World Record for longest cooking time. Nigerian chef Hilda Effiong Bassi, popularly known as Hilda Bassi, has broken the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon by an individual. The chef on Monday morning smashed the 87 hours 45 minutes record set by Guinness World Record holder Lata Tandon. Hilda launched into the competition on Thursday at exactly 4 p.m. when she put on her cooker. The restaurant carries on despite having broken the record as she aims to cook for 96 hours, setting a new world record as the first woman on earth to spend such an amount of time cooking. Hilda has continued to receive a wave of support from political leaders, celebrities, clerics, and other well-meaning Nigerians. This is even as Nigerians stood by her despite a heavy downpour in the wee hours of Monday. Hilda had, in an Instagram post on April 2nd, announced that she was going to make her 5 year long dream a reality. She revealed she will cook for 4 days and 4 nights to break the record of Tandon, which was set in India in 2019. Meanwhile, the Guinness World Record is yet to confirm Hilda's latest feat, as it said it will have to review the evidence first. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Lunkitu, one of the world's oldest wild lions, killed in Kenya. Nairobi, one of Kenya's oldest wild lions, was killed by herders, and the government has expressed concern as 6 more lions were spared at another village on Saturday, bringing to 10 the number killed last week alone. The male lion, named Lunkitu, was 19 years old and was described as frail by Kenya Wildlife Service spokesperson Paul Gennaro, who said he wandered out of the Amboseli National Park into a village in search of food on Thursday night. Lunkito, one of Kenya's oldest wild lions, was killed by herders. Conservation group Lions Guardian said Lunkito, who has defended his territory for more than a decade, was a symbol of resilience and coexistence, and the oldest male lion in our ecosystem and possibly in Africa. 6 other lions from the same national park were spared by herders after they killed 11 goats in Mbirikani area, Kijado County. The deaths brought to 10 the number of lions killed by herders last week in escalating human-wildlife conflict that has dealt a blow to conservation efforts and a tourism industry that is a key pillar of the nation's economy. Tourism Minister Penan Malonza met locals in Mbrikani area on Sunday and urged them not to spare wandering lions and to instead reach out to the Wildlife Service. The government and conservation groups have a compensation program for herders whose livestock is killed, but herders have become more protective after losing livestock to a drought that has been termed as the worst in decades in the East African region. The 39,206-hectare Mbazili National Park is home to some of the most prized game, including elephants, cheetahs, buffaloes, and giraffes. Conservation group Big Life Foundation's Craig Miller said the killing of Lunkito was unfortunate because he was the oldest lion in the Mbazili National Park. This is why we draw the curtain on news update on everyone at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Peterobi, Anambra Labour Party chooses between Abure and Apapa. Ebonyi communal crisis state sponsor. Nigerian chef Hilda Bassi breaks Guinness World Record for longest cooking time. Lunkito, one of the world's oldest wild lions, killed. Kenya. You just listened to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM news, produced and read by Martin Ipanjuku Ekeze. Thank you for listening to Ebona, the 103.5 FM news update. Once again, good evening.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles, 6 o'clock a.m. and the 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are looking for a new Nigeria,
you can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM. How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebona FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Government,
whatever. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community. Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanjuku, number the first every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Martin Ebona the corner 24/7, 24/7. Ladies and gentlemen,
tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride.
Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona FM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Ifanjuku, aka Meta, from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the morning drive. 103.5 FM.